Welcome to Gregorian chat.
Well, you do that.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the podcast.
Another snippet from Olivia right there.
This is episode 25.
What?
Officially at a quarter century.
Yeah, quarter century of podcasts. That's awesome. So cool. The future is yet to come. So,
Exactly.
last week we talked about modesty was the hottest tea we were drinking.
Hey!
But this week we're going to continue with our segment. We started 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Spotlight, talking about abusing the church.
Yep. And the title of today's podcast is Reducing Abusing.
That's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully, that's the plan. Talking about, we addressed the issue with Spotlight. Well, Spotlight beautifully addressed the issue for us, and we just
Redressed it
redressed it.
like a salad.
Yeah,
Really dry.
that's exactly what happened.
Mm.
And yeah, we're going to go a bit further into that. But right now,
we're drinking. Oh goodness me, what was it called again? Something
rose hip.
Yeah, in my pocket. Something red rose hip. Ruby red rose hip.
Yeah, that's what
That's
it's called.
good. She said if you brewed it under for maybe 3 minutes, you'd get the rose taste. If you brewed it over, you'd get the
Hibiscus taste.
hibiscus.
Biscuits.
Hibiscus.
Whatever it's called, that's what you get. And
Hibiscus.
we brewed it for approximately 7 minutes.
Yeah. We overbrewed.
Yeah, well, you know, we want to get the biscuits.
But anyway, welcome to the podcast. Oh, I saw Dunkirk this week, and I have to tell you,
We've gone Dunkirk again.
Dunkirk did. Anyway, it's a great movie. You should go and see it. It's super tense though, so if you struggle from tension,
Yeah, you've got anxiety
Go
problems, don't
and
go and
see
see
it.
it.
but yeah, it's really good.
Whereas I went to see Spider-Man Homecoming.
Ah, wow.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
Changed my life.
Well, I thought your life was pretty good as it was.
It was, and then I watched Spider-Man, it was even better.
Oh.
You know, so it changed my life, it's ruined. No, and also, can I just say, the end of credit scene, totally worth the wait. I've told
There are two of them,
6
right?
or 7 times. Yes. Well, yeah. I do feel like Marvel's gone a bit far with these. You know, it was fun at the beginning.
Yeah, laugh it up, Brendan, laugh it up.
Now it's gone to the point it's like, okay, and now, you know, I really need the toilet. I'm going to have to run out and during the credits and get back in time to see the end credit scene, which I managed to do.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had to do that. The credits started and I just bolted out, came back, and made it just in time for the first end of credit scene,
Wow.
or mid-credit scene, and then Jess and I just chilled.
You just had a little bit of time low. And then
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
I was bogged down, ready to go. But anyway.
Yeah, so we're talking about, as a follow-up, as we said, to Spotlight, and something that we mentioned at the end of the Spotlight podcast, putting the spotlight on sexual abuse in the church, is that, you know, like what can we actually do as the church, you know, the church not just being the buildings that we use for worship.
Yeah, or the magisterium, you know.
Yeah. So it's like, what can we normal plebs do to combat sexual abuse in the church? And I guess throughout the week we've both been thinking a lot about this, and I think with all that's happening in the news about carbon power,
Oh, very much so.
we're a little bit hypersensitive to situations, I guess you could say. Which, I mean, maybe it's not a bad thing,
Maybe not.
but I think we're going to give you a few points today on how you can best combat it, especially as lay people in the church.
Yeah, what we can do is lay people, that's important. So we've got kind of 3 points, and let's start on how we can combat it. So basically, you know, abuse is a problem, like globally. It's not just a church thing, it's not just a school thing, it's a problem because there are people that are vulnerable. But talking about specifically within our church situation, you know, one thing that we can do is, you know, engage with our priests. So we, in your parish, you have a priest, and his calling is to celibacy, and often in a diocesan situation, they'll be living all by themselves. And so, as a person concerned for another person who happens to be ordained, so, you know, engage with them, befriend with them, and you know, get to know them a bit better.
Definitely.
Make an effort to form a relationship with them, and then it's kind of like if once you know somebody, you can go, okay, you know, he's a decent guy. This is just, you know, this not like this, you know, like we're saying, we're hypersensitive to it. You don't want to say, look, oh, I saw him the other day. He was, walking with a child. So like he must be abusing that child. And later on, you find out, oh no, it's his nephew. And he was babysitting for his sister. It's like, okay, actually that's fine. And because I'm friends with him, I know that.
I think something that was huge, and when I was talking with Father Chris this week, he's saying it's not just the situation necessarily that's happening, surrounding potential abuse, or a potential break in terms of a religious person from celibacy. It's also the optics. How does it look? And I think for most priests these days, they'd be aware of this, knowing that it's hard to be a priest these days, really, and in the secular world's eyes, because they are always hypersensitive, right? And that's probably a generalisation, but I guess the secular world tends to be very hypersensitive of religious life, and so it's like, if you see a priest with a child, it'll be like, okay, probably abusing, But this is also a thing that it's like the lifestyle of us as a church and of the clergy is something that needs to be fostered as a church.
Yes.
And so like we're saying, the priest runs a parish, but he needs a parish to run. And as parishioners, we need to be very aware of the needs of our priests.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just as you would send a thank you card to your teacher for looking after your kids for the year, or just as you would, but probably more so because our church is kind of our family, and we should treat it thusly. We should all be looking out for one another. And one of those people that we do need to remember needs help is the priest. They need help to be accountable.
Yeah.
Like even simple things like your homily was a bit rubbish this week, Father.
Yeah, I guess this leads to another question that surrounds this whole question. Another question surrounding a question. It's like an inception question. Which is like, how do we as lay people hold our priests accountable? Is that our job? And if we feel like we need to say something to a priest, how do we do it?
Yeah.
It's something I've been kind of struggling with recently, in terms of like, how do I talk to this priest who's a good friend of mine about a situation that I think just seems from an outsider's perspective, like something that might be a little dodgy. And I've really been struggling with it because it's like, how do I actually put myself out there? Because I guess growing up, you often learn, the priests are authority in the church. You don't question them. You don't just respect them.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I, in the most respectful way, do that? Because I think a lot of people will struggle to do this with their very own parents. A lot of you listening might think, oh man, I would never be able to not stand up to a priest and like stop, but like, hey man, what you're doing just doesn't seem Christian or seems dodgy.
Yeah, and I think it's a bit different for me because having come into the church at a later age, I haven't had that upbringing of father's the priest, the priest do what he wants, and I've had a lot of problems with priests in the past where I just challenged them outright, and they don't like it. I mean, understandably, it's like I feel like priests are under particular scrutiny because they are such a public figure, and so any little thing can just really be overanalyzed. And often, I've gone to priests as well. I said, I think you did this, and I think it's wrong. And then he would elaborate to me why he did it, and it actually makes a lot more sense. And I can understand that now. But I've got myself in trouble for doing the opposite of just berating priests.
So I guess it's a question of what's the line, and it really depends on who you are as a person and what your relationship with that priest is.
Yeah.
So I guess my first point here is we actually need to in a lot of times I think we need to befriend priests.
Yes.
To the point where we feel like we can speak candidly with them.
Exactly.
If it's in the best interest of them, us, the parish, whatever.
Yeah.
And because the parish priest is the shepherd of the flock, and you want to be kind of certain that your shepherd is actually capable of protecting the flock and not actually, obviously in the worst case scenario, abusing the flock itself. But it's really, it's really a question of how do we do this as a unit?
Yeah.
So, like I said to you before, in a kind of lighthearted way, but it's like you can't, we can't do this in a way which is like, okay, Father Pamuk, just take that from Downton Abbey, Father Pamuk, I see that you're. Would you want to go out for dinner sometime? Because I want to stop you from to stop you from being in tempting situations.
Yeah.
You know, but I do think this is a really important point, and I think because a lot of what we talk about is with priests, right? So male priests.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also a thing with religious life. So nuns, anyone of whatever sex.
Yeah.
But I think especially with priests, it's like if you're a young woman, you're single, and you haven't yet found your vocation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're kind of just you're like you might have a lot of priests who are friends. But you really need to be aware that if you are spending like heaps of time with them, especially in social settings, like that might not look so good to other people.
Yeah.
And you really need to be aware, and not even just that, but even worse than that, you might actually be creating situations or helping to facilitate the creation of a situation where a priest might be tempted, or there might be some kind of romantic bond forming there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not saying let's avoid them just in case we cause them to sin, but it's saying like let's befriend them so that we can challenge each other, but like let's not get friendly with them, so that
in the Indian sense.
In the Indian sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway,
I use the word friendly.
Oh, really? Another point that we can do as lay people in the church. So yeah, look after our priests, get to know them, so that we can have that strong relationship. Is one thing that came out of the Spotlight movies. The priests that were doing abusing were targeting certain people.
Yeah.
People that typically didn't have a dad, were from lower socioeconomic situations, and they didn't have much help. And so, that they are targets, not just for priests, but for anybody who is wanting to sexually abuse a child. And so these people exist, these vulnerable people exist in the world. And there was that phrase that was said in Spotlight, it takes a village to raise a child, it also takes a village to abuse one. It also takes a village to protect a child.
Yeah.
And our village is our parish. So as part of that community...
Amen.
Pardon?
Amen.
Amen. Amen. As part of our community, as part of that parish, we were like, okay, I've noticed that this person is maybe a bit poorer. I've heard that this person, single mum with 3 kids, and it's like not a case of, oh, come over to my house for tea. So then we get to know each other. So then I can protect your children from abuse. Again, you don't want to be that weird about it, but get to know them. Create a mothers group, and then all the kids get to know each other. And there's these things, and they don't have to be structured. Okay, we're having mothers groups, going to be from 9 till 6 every night, and we're going to be doing this, and just a friendly environment. So on Sundays, you're creating a safe space for the parish.
Yeah.
And then also you'll see a dodgy parishioner or somebody that comes in that you don't know. And everyone will be watching.
Yeah. I mean, and what we're saying, it falls into the basic corporal works of mercy anyway. To be there for the vulnerable. I think it's just really unfortunate that a lot of the time the people who are the easiest to target are the vulnerable. That's just the way it happens. And so it's really sad, but it's also like, well, we have to be proactive. Yeah. But at the same time, they're the people who may need, our priests the most.
Yeah.
Our priests the most. And priests are father figures, and nuns and religious, all figures of Christ, I guess, and we should all be a figure of Christ. But it's like you say, it's a thing of looking out and seeing those people who may be the most vulnerable. And saying that, they could also be priests themselves, right?
Yes.
So a lot of priests are all the human beings. So you have introverted priests, extroverted priests, ambiverted priests, whatever. And that comes into it a lot as well. A lot of priests might get their energy from being on their own, or whatever. And I don't know. I feel like we were talking about priests a lot, and it's because that seems to be the big topic. It's how can we stop priests from abusing? Yeah. I think the bigger question is how do we stop abuse generally in the church? And so, like you said, it could be a parishioner coming in. It could be the children's liturgy group. There's only ever one guy who's running it. Okay, well maybe
do we know
this guy? Maybe we should just look into
people.
And and it's not a question of casting suspicion on everyone, but it's more just a thing of let's not be naive.
Yeah.
And let's actually be discerning about what is happening.
But I think it's also a point where it's if there's a problem, we have to do something about it. And it's not they say if someone's being bullied and you weren't doing the bullying, but you were just standing there at the sides, you were just as bad. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So let's start to be part of the solution. Being part of the solution is getting to know the people in your parish, priests and parishioners, the vulnerable and the less vulnerable.
Yeah.
And creating a community that is strong, so that like when something bad comes into it, you're all banded together, rather than something bad comes into it and without noticing, oh no, the vulnerable have gone, they've been attacked, or we can all band around those that are in need.
And this question as well of like, I guess you could say, wait, what don't we do, right? What are some things not to do in the case of sexual abuse in the church and trying to combat that? The first thing that a lot of people bring up when they're like, oh, sexual abuse in the church with priests, get those priests married. It's like, people talk like that is the solution. But when you look at the statistics, they all kind of say that sexual abuse, especially on minors, happens throughout all professions. Yeah, and in the family and all sorts of things. So like, it's not a solution. Celibacy is a very weird thing. I think it does get a lot of, it gets attacked a lot. But I don't think, people say, if you get married priests, they'll solve all your problems, you'll get more vocations and you'll get less abuse in the church. But look at teachers that are married, abuse happens there. You look at, like I said, families, you look at hospitals. And the thing is, like, celibacy, if anyone who knows who's actually married, will know that celibacy isn't a solution to these things. No. And you'll know this if you get married. It's like you can't just bring all your problems into your marriage. No. If you're addicted to pornography, if you're abusing children, you can't just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna get married and I'll sort it all out. No, it makes it so much worse because you're helping somebody else. But it really is. I mean, marriage is the kind of thing where it's like you are called on to be better because there's someone else there who's really relying on you to be the best person you can be. But the priesthood and religious life is the same thing. It's a vocation. And so I think, it just doesn't make sense to say priests, just need to be married.
Another solution is often that's been put forward in the past is saying if you have more women involved in like church matters, then it'll solve the problem. Again, this isn't solving the problem because, I mean, you look at, we've used all the examples already, any institution that women are involved in, there is abuse going on. There's teachers sleeping with students and women sleeping with preying on boys and stuff like that. So it happens. Yeah. So it's not a solution. And if we're looking for a fast and loose way to solve it, so like, we'll just get them married and we'll get women involved. It won't solve it. It'll just cause more problems. But again, it's introducing more people into a bad mix.
Exactly, and that's never a thing. Like a lot of people say, oh, I have a really bad marriage. I think we should have a child and that'll fix all our problems. It's like, okay, well, you're just bringing another human being into an already problematic situation. With this whole married thing as well and women involved, it's like, well, the Anglican Church has that. Yeah. And they still have,
just as much of a problem as it is.
Just as much of a problem. But, so it is a thing of like, how do we, I guess it's like we have to try and involve ourselves in the lifeblood of the church.
That's the solution, is get yourself involved. If you are on the peripheries and you're not really paying attention, I go to mass and I leave before final blessing and stuff. So like, fair enough. If you've got a busy life, I'm not here judging. But like, if you want to be part of if you want to help in this situation, you have to get involved. Get involved with your priest, get involved with your parish, and start and form a community of people.
And pray. Like that's a really big thing. I think is pray for protection for your parish, for your priests. For yourselves. Really offer it up in prayer because it does so much more than we could ever do. Because a lot of the situations that you kind of want to solve, they can kind of seem impossible. Like you might never ever be involved in them, you might not see them. Yeah. So prayer is really the thing that'll go.
And when we root these people out, even if it's a priest, it's a victory for the church because God doesn't want this to happen. So pray for God to guide you in how you can help out, how you can help form community, get to know people there.
There you have it. Thanks for joining us on this episode 25. Ruby Red Rose hit. I think it's a bit of a sensation. I have it again.
I would definitely, another podcast.
Quite nice and sweet.
Yeah.
But next week we're hopefully going to be doing, or we're going to be moving towards doing one on euthanasia. Or maybe it's the week after that. We'll have to see. But of course, Cardinal Powell's trial is going. But anyway, keep in the loop, and we'll see you next time. Leave a comment, share the podcast.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Make sure that you check us out on our YouTube channel, Auckland Catholic Tertiary Chaplaincy.
You can also find us on Facebook, Facebook.com/The Chaplains.
And our Instagram account, which is Auckland Catholic Chaplaincy.
We're also now on iTunes. Just search up Gregorian Chat.
Boom.
That's right.
Thanks for listening.
God bless.